folks, back in the jar of the Bossman Show with John Beckler. This week we have a great show for you with our first guest, Rob Lanier, the Tennessee Volunteers. We got Johnny Dawkins, Super Bowl preview for you, and the Boss Report. First, we have on the line with Coach Lanier. Coach, how things in Knoxville today, man?
Yeah, thanks, man. Everything is going well. Just like I said, enjoying a great middle school girls game right now, which is really exciting. And getting ready to hit the road tomorrow to go down to Starkville for another road game.
Yes, indeed. Well, Coach, you're coming off a great win against Auburn the other night to send your winning streak to 4 games in conference, Coach. So what's been the ingredients to you guys playing so good this last few games here?
You know what? I think over the most recent stretch, we've done a much better job taking care of the basketball. We've been defending at a pretty good level. And, we reached a point where we've got some real positive role definition. Our guys are really starting to understand their roles, and the chemistry is starting to really come together with this young group. So a lot of fight. We've been rebounding the ball well, defending, and taking care of the basketball.
And, Coach, do you feel that being able to test yourself with quality opponents in the non-conference portion of your schedule and bouncing back from some tough games have given your guys an extra boost and kind of spurred the good run that you're on right now?
I do. I think it all, particularly when you're playing young guys, they've had pretty varied experiences in a relatively short period of time. When you consider the close, disappointing losses against some of the best teams, some hard-fought games at home. We've won on the road. We've lost some games that are tough. And all of these guys have had a lot of minutes. So certainly we've become somewhat of a hardened team to this point. I think their expectations, their standards have been raised inside the group. And I do think all of those experiences, the schedule, the way some of the games is when have all contributed to some of the mental toughness that we showed. And obviously we got a long way to go yet.
And, Coach, looking ahead at this game, Mississippi State, Coach, what are things you're seeing for them on film that you're going to have to execute very well to beat those guys down there at the hump in Starkville?
Yeah, they're a tough team. They've got some size. They got a tremendous scorer in Weatherspoon, who really is a guy that can really get going, and then an aggressive, creative young point guard who just plays with great intensity and really puts a lot of pressure on your defense. They really present a lot of challenges. Like us, they're young as well, but they've got a little bit more length than we do, a little bit more size, and they really hurt us on the glass last game. The kid Gerard, had a really, really good game. So it's going to be a physical game. And Coach Howard talked about it after the game that we played a more physical brand of basketball in that particular game. So I expect those guys to be ready to respond in time.
Now, Coach Lanier, you're in year 2 at Tennessee. So I was wondering what the biggest difference you feel there is in the program from last year to this year.
Well, anytime you come into a program, your objective is to set your culture. And it takes time to do that. And I would say here, too, we're further entrenched in that culture. And we have some guys that are carryovers who have bought in. So when these new guys came in, there was some carryover. We weren't doing it all on our own. And, we were getting some help from inside our team in terms of trying to convey what we want to be all about. And so I wouldn't say we hit the ground running. We still got some ways to go. But certainly I think the culture that we aspire to build has started to take hold.
Folks, we're joined by Rob Lanier, Tennessee Volunteers Associate Head Coach here on the Bossman Show. Now, Coach, who are some guys local to the Atlanta area, listening area, that you guys may be having your eye on to come up to UT? And how do you feel Atlanta's recruiting base for you guys? Really been a straight shot down I-75 from you guys in Knoxville?
Yeah, there's a great deal of talent there. It's a great basketball city. I've been doing this for a long time, and there was a time where New York was like the hotbed for high school basketball, And in a lot of ways, I've said this to a lot of people, that Atlanta has kind of supplanted New York in terms of the amount of talent that comes out of that area, and the overall interest and passion for the game in that region is really grown. And obviously, right up the road is a great place for us to tap into, and we intend to continue to work hard to build the relationships, because kids want to play close to home, and we're very close to that area, and we're centrally located to a lot of areas that have an abundance of talent. So we're situated in a good way. The big thing for us is to continue to build our team so that we can build the credibility that will allow us to go in to these areas and be well received.
Now, Coach, I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about your work as the associate head coach at Tennessee. And first, I would like to know what it's like to work with a legendary coach such as Rick Barnes, and then secondarily, what's it like behind the scenes as the associate head coach at a big-time program like Tennessee?
Well, first of all, like I said, I've been in the business for 27 years. I've been very fortunate to work at some great institutions with some great people. And, Rick Barnes is one of a kind. I think, as you guys know, in any profession, the best thing that can happen for you is to work with good people. And I've been fortunate to work for a great person, Rick Barnes. He really cares about the people that are in the program and their families. And, from a professional standpoint, he allows you to do your job. He's always said, I want guys who want to be head coaches, and I want to hire responsible guys who are self-motivated, and I'm going to allow them to do their job. And so, we've got a great staff. We've got great chemistry inside of our staff. We work hard together, and we work really hard at trying to bring Coach Barnes' vision for Tennessee basketball to fruition. And it's a great place. There's great support here, great passion for basketball, and really more than any place I've worked at, we've got just an unbelievable basketball fan base. And so we're just excited, and I think as we go forward, the community is coming more and more to embrace, our culture that I spoke about earlier. I think it's a great fit. And Coach Barnes is a great fit for Tennessee, and Tennessee is an excellent fit for him. And we couldn't be more happy to be at a place like the University.
Now, Coach, would you say that Tulsa Bowling Arena is probably one of the biggest on-campus arenas outside of, in college basketball, outside of guys who play the NBA arenas? They're probably the biggest one of the biggest ones on campus.
No, I wouldn't say it's one of the biggest ones. I would say it is the biggest one. There's two others that are bigger in college basketball, but neither of them are on campus. So on-campus arena, we do have the biggest on-campus arena in college basketball. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I went to Tennessee State, so I must be full honest with you. When I hear Rocky Top, sometimes it grinds my nerves a little bit. But I'm a professional, so I do my job. But sometimes that Rocky Top song kind of grinds my nerves a little bit.
I can relate to that now. I spent 4 years as an assistant at the University of Florida, and it was a pretty healthy rivalry back then, and I was not very fond of the checkerboard and the songs either, and I certainly have come to love it now. And I'll just to you too, Tennessee State, you a great young coach over there who's got a bright future in this profession as well. They're doing heavy.
Yeah, I hope we can keep him a year or two more, because I already know what's coming for the coach forward. Bigger things coming for that guy. I already know that guy's an amazing coach. I remember they played you guys last year, a tough game. I was actually up there. The Shields gave you a hard time up there, but they had the game. They should have won the game, but you guys, being who you are, they tied up at the end, and you all got made the plays at the end, and you won the game there.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I don't know Coach Ford personally, but I really respect the job that he's doing. I like following young coaches that are good job, and I really admire the work that he's doing. And like you said, he's got a really.
And final one for you, Coach. I like to ask Coach this question because do you all watch the NBA game a little bit to kind of borrow things schematically to help you guys out on your team and match your talent? Because the Golden State Warriors are moving the basketball, the Spurs, the Hawks a little bit, but how the ball movement and player movement. That's some things you want to use and maybe incorporate in your guys' scheme as well.
I think all coaches try to learn from other coaches at all levels. I mean, we can pick up something from a high school coach and AAU, and obviously some of the best basketball in the world is being played at the NBA level and the international game. And I would say the international games had a tremendous influence on the NBA as we see it today. What you're talking about with the Spurs and D'Antoni's influence, the run he had in Phoenix, and what you see with Golden State. I wish we had 4 guys like they got at Golden State to run some of that stuff. But certainly we try to get better in any way we can and try to learn as much as we can from other guys that are doing it right.
Hey, Coach Lanier, I'll tell you what, man, I appreciate your time tonight, Coach, calling in with us tonight on the show, Coach. And look forward to having you on in the future again, Coach, and hope you guys win that game in Stockfield this weekend, okay?
All right,
have a good one, Coach.
Guys.
All right, it's Rob Lanier here on the Bossman Show.
Productions.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Album is available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
back in the jar of the Bossman Show. Is joined by Rob Lanier, Tennessee Volunteers. Now we're joined by UCF head coach Johnny Dawkins here on the Bossman Show. Coach Dawkins, how are things in Orlando today for you?
Things are going okay. We're still in the middle of the season. It's February, so it's that time of year for all basketball teams. It's very exciting.
And, Coach, as we sit here at 14-8 for you guys on the year, with Memphis coming to town this weekend, how pleased are you with your record, being a first-year coach at UCF and getting to establish your culture there, being forced to have a winning record so far this midway point of the season here?
I think it's very important. You always want to, perform well. You want to go out there and be competitive. And especially for our seniors, guys that I'm only going to have an opportunity to coach for 1 year, I always want to make sure I give them my best. And I want them to know that no matter what, they're part of the UCF family, and that, I want them to feel that way forever. So I want to make sure that when they go out, they go out knowing that the coaching staff and everybody involved gave them their best.
Now, Coach, in terms of wins and losses, along with the name you built for yourself in the business and the trail you followed, do you feel that that's going to boost your efforts in recruiting and maybe show guys that there's something special brewing in Orlando at UCF?
Well, I hope everyone's taking a notice at what we're doing, and because we're trying to build something special, as you mentioned, and we believe we can. But we need our community to rally behind us, and we need people from outside of our state to see that this is a destination that can be very fruitful for them.
And, Coach, looking ahead at this game at Memphis coming to your place, what things you've seen from them similar on film from your perspective? And, Coach, how much do you tweak from the game you played with them about 10 days ago up at their place? What do you tweak to make that game going your way this time around down at your place?
Well, we have to play better. I mean, Memphis is a very good team, and they have a great coach, and they played well. I think, we have to be better, and pretty much every facet on both sides of the basketball, we need to do a better job. But, I thought they did a good job of executing. They have some terrific players, some talented guys, and those kids were able to step up and make plays, especially the Lawsons, and that's something that, that we knew. And going into the game, it was the first time actually seeing them in person. They're very impressive, and the young man Crawford is very good as well.
Coach Dawkins, you spoke with JR back in May of last year, and I'm curious to know what the biggest difference you feel there is in the program, since that last conversation with the boss.
What was that question again? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. I just was curious about the biggest difference you see in the program from today back to when you spoke with JR back in May.
Well, the program is amazing. It's a program that has a lot of potential. I thought that when I made the decision to come here, and it's something that I'm very happy that I did. I just see so much that can be accomplished here. The sky's the limit, both on and off the court. I think it's a great place for young people to grow. It's a great community to work and live in, and like I said, for the sports, I mean, I think it's second to none. And we want to make sure we establish that type of program here at UCF.
And, Coach, would you say being in the conference you're in helps you as well for success? Because you're in the AAC, it's not a deep league per se like the ACC or something like that, that you can actually build your brand, build your program, and actually dominate this league if you build it the right way, the right guys in your program and immerse in your culture.
No, absolutely. We want these guys. The league is incredible. It's one of the best leagues in the country. We call it a Power Six conference. 4 of our teams out of our 11 were in the tournament last year. We would have had 5. SMU just couldn't go because of some sanctions, but it just shows the level of talent in this conference and the level of coaching. So with that, we feel we can compete with anyone, and we want to, we're proud of that. We want to show everyone just how well the AAC can perform, in and out of conference.
And, Coach, for all some people in the Atlanta area here, locally here, are there any guys you're targeting to bring down there to UCF? And also, Coach, how do you view Atlanta as a recruiting ground for you being down the road in Orlando up to come up to the Turnpike, to come up here to kind of see some talent you want to bring down to Orlando, want to go away from home, but not too far away, but come down there and play with you guys in that warm weather of Orlando, my hometown?
Well, I tell you what, Atlanta has a lot of talent, Atlanta and the surrounding areas, and it's definitely a place that we want to recruit. I'm sure there's a number of institutions, and we have a young man committed from that area now. They'll be playing for us next season, so we're excited about that. And so, yes, absolutely. I think it's a neighboring state, and it's a state that produces a lot of young talent that I think fit our profile.
Coach Dawkins, JR and I speak to a lot of different coaches in different sports, and one thing they always have in the back of their mind, sometimes in the front, is one or two players who they've identified as stepping up and being really pleased with the way that they've contributed to the team, whether it be on or off the court, in a positive way. Do you have any players like that you wanted to talk about this evening?
Oh, well, we have a number of players that I'm very proud of. You know, I'm proud of all of our guys and what they do off the court, because our guys are great representatives of our university. They're true student athletes. They really value their education. And then on the court, I think they represent us well, too. They represent us mainly by how they play. And if you go out there and you play hard, you compete, and you play together, you know, I think you're playing the right way, and I think our team does that.
JR, I wanted to jump in real quick. I have one quick follow-up question for Coach. Are there any awesome nicknames for the players on the team, like in the locker room? Who's got the best nickname in the locker room?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't keep up with those guys and their nicknames. I don't. I call them all by their names. That's it.
Hey, Coach,
here's what we'll do. We'll take a poll. We'll get some inside information, and we'll report back.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. You probably could find that out before I could.
Hey, Coach, your thing is like, my guys are on social media being crazy. They're going to class. They're going to get the workouts in. Forget nicknames. We need to go to class and be ready for practice every day and play with the right way. They're right, Coach.
I'm excited. I love our guys. I love what our institution stands for and what our kids are doing. And they make us proud every time they represent us on that court or out in the community.
Now, Coach, we talked to Mayor, of course, John mentioned. Now, Coach, how's your family living in Orlando? Now, that's my hometown, Coach. How is it to live and work in Orlando every day? I miss being back in Florida. I love the place. But, Coach, how do you enjoy my hometown, man?
You know what? You have a beautiful hometown. You know, I've really enjoyed it. You know, everyone's been great to me here. It's been a place where, you can easily, like I said, raise a family, which has been wonderful. And also, like I said, it's a great sports town. So it has everything that I enjoy, sports and the ability to, like I said, be in an area where the great weather and you can raise your family.
Coach, we also like to speak with men in your position about the pro level in their sports, their respective sports. For you, the NBA. Do you ever tune in and try to see if there's anything that the pro level is doing schematically that you can borrow, or that you think you might have success with in some variation of it, that maybe you already do something scheme-wise that was drawn from the pro level? Is there anything that you do in that regard?
Well, I haven't played in the NBA for almost a decade, and I've been involved with that game for a long time. There's always things you can take, from what they do, just some of their offensive schemes, their defensive schemes, things that they do at a high level because they have to. They're playing against the best players in the world. So, I think they do a great job of studying the game because they play so many games that they have to prepare so much differently than probably even a college team. That I've always liked to kind of watch what they do. I'll watch NBA games and get tapes of different segments of them to kind of see if there's anything that kind of can be used for what we do at our level. And if it applies to our level, then it's something that I'm always open to trying to do.
Hey, Coach Dawkins, I thank you for your time tonight, Coach. Coach, I'm glad you enjoyed my hometown. I think I missed you. I think you was gone this weekend. You all were in town this week. I was on the Pro Bowl. So when I come back home, Coach, we'll come by there and see you guys. And hopefully you'll be in the office when I'm down there, man.
Hey, you're more than welcome to come by anytime, man. That'll be great. Yeah, I'm loving your area. I'm making it my hometown. All right.
You're a coach. You're officially a Florida man now, Coach.
That's right. That's right. I'm enjoying it. So thanks a lot. Hey, you guys take care.
All right, Coach. You have a good one. Folks, it's Johnny Dawkins here on the Bossman Show.
It's the king.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Back on the Bossman Show. I promise you a great show. We had Rob Lanier, Tennessee Football Associate Head Coach. We had Johnny Dawkins, UCF, he's official Florida man, John. He's a Florida man.
Yeah, both coaches were great. Those were both great interviews. Both super. They seem like super cool guys. Absolutely would love to play for both those dudes. They seem like they were down.
Yes, indeed. Now, John, it's the big game this weekend. The Atlanta Falcons are playing the New England Patriots Super Bowl in Houston, John, and we need to preview that matchup, man. And I'm gonna take the Atlanta side. I cover their games the most. I'm around them the most, but I think that, John, if Coach Belichick decides to take away Julio Jones, that there's still problems for him with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. Also on the other side, you have Sanu, Justin Hardy, who's been on the show before as well, Taylor Gabriel, and Audrey Robinson, and Austin Hooper, and Levine Tololo. I mean, the Falcons' offense is dangerous. That's a video game offense, John. And I feel like that Belichick can take away Julio Jones, but there's still other weapons on the Falcons' offense. Now, the Falcons' defense plays that Seattle cover 3 defense, which is a lot of holes in their defense. We've covered that before with Javon Hay and other people. Can Dwight Freeney, that against the show, my buddy, and Vic Beasley affect Tom Brady's and move him off his spot, John? That's the key. Can the defensive Falcons get enough stops to let their offense just run up and down the field on the Patriots, and Belichick decided, hey, play a slow play, let Devontae Freeman and Coleman run down the field, or you want to take away Julio Jones, stop the run, and let Sanu and them guys get off, John. So on the Falcons outside of the ball, John, I feel like, hey, they have to keep the offense pressing forward and affect the quarterback Brady, and hopefully cover on the back end enough to stop those little zone routes. They like to run a little dig routes, a little crossing patterns, those pick plays, and hopefully get enough stops to let Matt Ryan and those guys win that game for them Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I think on the Atlanta side, JR, you really, I mean, you're going up against the Patriots, and love them or hate them, I mean, they're great. They win constantly. They've got a fantastic record in the playoffs, Super Bowls, and Belichick as a coach, I mean, he's a juggernaut. He's going to do something to make life hard on you, on both on offense and defense. So, like you said, Atlanta's got a real great offense, high-powered, NFL's highest scoring offense, 33.8 points per game, the top of the NFC. And I think that they have a lot of different ways to get points on the board, but you just never know what the Patriots are going to throw at them from a defensive standpoint. And, I don't want to really bring this up in, great detail, but Atlanta has had some issues in the past when it comes to big games. Now they've kind of broken through that this year, and they have a chance to really break through that stigma this coming Sunday. But, the Patriots can put a lot of pressure on you. And if you don't react to that pressure well in a big game like this, it can go south real quick. So I don't really know how this game is going to play out, JR. I don't really have a good feel for it. The only thing I know is that the Falcons need to play next to perfect football in terms of turnovers and keeping the pressure on the Patriots from the standpoint of not going 3 and out. They got to keep their offense on the field, in my opinion, and kind of run some drives up. Take some time off the clock while scoring points.
Exactly. Javon Hayward on social media was very crucial, is that he doesn't want the Super Bowl to be lost because of a missed extra point. That new rule may make an extra point be a part of the game. And he'll hate to see somebody lose the Super Bowl because of a missed extra point early in the game or something like that. And I want to ask you that question. How you feel about that rule? Do you like that rule, John? Do you think they should leave like it used to be? Or does it make the game more exciting with the missing extra points and having to go for 2, or the pick 2 that happened to Matt Ryan against Kansas City with Eric Berry, pick 2 going back and scoring and winning the game that way? So how do you like the new rules for the extra point rules in the NFL so far?
I don't necessarily have an issue with it, but it does bring things into play, different things into play. For instance, if you jump off sides or you false start on an extra point attempt, that might push you back to the point where it's not even, it's even further than the new distance for the extra point. Whereas before, kicking the little chippy, if something goes wrong, you get pushed back a few yards, no big deal. So it certainly brings a lot of different scenarios into play, and I don't think that's a terrible thing from the standpoint of a fan. The extra point, there was nothing to it. You didn't really miss a lot of extra points. Occasionally you'd have one blocked or something of that nature, but it was kind of a given thing, and guys really a lot of times didn't even try to block it. It was just kind of like, let's get kick it and be done with it. Now it adds another element to the game. So I don't necessarily have an issue with it. It's been that way all season. If it has an effect on the Super Bowl, so be it. It's part of the game. Everybody, it's not anything that they're doing new just for this game. So it's been part of it for, the entirety of the season. So I don't necessarily have an issue with it. It would definitely suck if someone lost because they missed, an extra point at the end of the game or missed one at some point during the game. But the bottom line is, you're a pro kicker. You need to make that kick, whether it's a field goal, extra point, or, anything in between. You need to execute it. So I don't have a problem with it.
And it's another story I want to touch on for the closing segment is Super Bowl week, because with Kyle Shanahan going to we all know he's going to San Francisco to be the new head coach there on a 6-year deal, but the John Lynch hiring under the radar, even the NFL insiders couldn't even get that one because John Lynch swore them to secrecy, so nobody would know he was a candidate for that position with the 49ers. What do you feel about them going for a guy out the TV booth again like they did Matt Millen back in the day? I think John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, and the guy from Denver that is signed as well, and probably Mark Dominic, former GM Tampa Bay, are going to do out there in San Francisco with that battery out there, with the Jed York being the owner out there.
Well, just to touch on Lynch for a minute, I mean, that seems like a strange one to me. I mean, it doesn't. I don't remember him having a lot of or any coaching experience that to speak of. So I don't really know what the draw is there. Certainly, he was a great player, but that one is a little bit strange to me. But in an overall sense, JR, as far as head coaches are concerned, I like when teams think outside the box and try guys out that don't necessarily. I don't like the retread coaching carousel.
I'm right there with
I can't stand it when, for instance, a Rex Ryan is constantly hired, job after job after job, and they're not bad jobs. They're quality good jobs at the beginning, and it's like he's a hot commodity every time he's out of work. Well, he's out of work a lot, and that should tell you something. So
exactly.
Maybe you should hire, a young up and coming guy who has some fresh blood. I'd love to see some younger coaches come through, and I think that if you look at across the college and pro landscape, the younger guys have been having success, and I think that there needs to be a little bit broader spectrum that these owners hire from and general managers hire from in order to get the desired result. I understand you want to have somebody who's had longevity, you want to have somebody who's got a track record of success, but sometimes if you don't give the guy a shot, for instance, Bill Belichick, he was basically run out of Cleveland by the media and the fans, and now look at him, So you got to give these guys a chance. He was a young coach at that point. He wasn't known other than his defensive coordinator skills. That's what he had hung his hat on at that point in his career. But now look at him. You got to take a chance on some of these guys. So it's a strange one as far as Lynch is concerned, but just in an overall sense, I really wish they'd get some new blood in there.
And final one for you, with Kyle Shanahan leaving the Falcons, they're interested in hiring Chip Kelly to be the offensive coordinator in Atlanta. I hope that's not true, but how could you see him looking at Matt Ryan in the Chip Kelly system?
I don't really see it. I think the Chip Kelly experiment's kind of over with at this point, in my eyes. He was great in college, right?
Yes.
And the thing about the college player is that they will run through a brick wall for you, no questions asked, when you're having success. And he had a great amount of success, and he had a really fun and energetic program. And when you take that to the pros aren't really into all that rah-rah stuff so much from the coaching standpoint. Now, some coaches can get away with it because their players, maybe they were former players or what have you, but the players have a different level of respect for different guys. For whatever reason, I don't think that his style of coaching translates into the NFL, mainly because of, it seems like, could be communication issues with the players. I don't know that to be fact. I'm just kind of speculating here, but I think the experiment's over for him. Now he might catch on somewhere, like you said, and might come into Atlanta, but he's going to have to change his coaching style and not try to force this system that he brought from Oregon onto the team that he's coming to. You can't be that rigid and expect to be around long. I don't see the longevity in his style of offense, and I don't see his appeal at this point.
I'm right there with you. Well, folks, this has been a great show, Super Bowl preview right here on the Bossman Show, Boston Radio Network, SportsRadio.com. But guess what's coming next? John and I bring this week's Boss Report coming up for you after the break.
It's that new wave. Future Hendrix. Yeah. Oh, that's shit. Pop. Hey.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Back here on the Bossman Show, we had Rob Lanier, Tennessee Vols associate head coach, Johnny Dawkins, coach UCF Knights, Super Bowl preview. But now, you've waited through the whole show. Now it's time for this Boss Report. John, are you ready for the Boss Report? You had one this year to get you back in the groove. Are you ready for this one? Super Bowl weekend. Are you ready for it, John?
I'm ready. Again, like I haven't eaten anything prior to the Boss Report. There's a strict regimen. You really want to just be on water, liquids, liquid intake. A good hour. It's like swimming, but in reverse. You don't want to, eat anything too soon before, the Boss Report, because it's going to come back up.
All right, well, folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. All right, brother. First story today is this Oregon man arrested attempting to steal car while receiving sloppy toppy in a manual transmission hoopty.
Dude, that must have been like the best sloppy toppy ever. Ever. Like, you couldn't stop because you were trying to steal the car. Like, the way that the story is written is that he was attempting to steal the car while getting the sloppy toppy. Like, they were concurrent events.
Yes, they were.
I think what they meant, or maybe not, because it's a Boss Report, but maybe he stole the car with his girl, and then the sloppy toppy took place. But the way that's written indicates to me that these were concurrent events, which I I don't know how that is possible, but okay. I mean, Oregon, man, like, there's some stuff going on the West Coast right now. I don't even know. There's something in the water something's in the water out there because there's some misbehavior going on out there.
Well, Florida woman arrested trespassing onto a Trump resort, smearing cars with bananas and shooting bows and arrows at people coming to the resort.
Jesus. She wasn't messing around. She was. Like, it seems like a pretty militant action. Where did the bananas come in? Like, what? Why did you think that smearing bananas on people's cars was detrimental to them in any way? Like, exactly. A banana is the most benign fruit. It's not going to stink or anything. It's basically just going to, be a banana on a car. Like, you just hose it off. Like, so what's the point?
Exactly.
What's the point? And I'll go on top of that. Like, I mean, I'm not getting political on the show at all, but people are like have some serious derangement, man. You mentioned Donald Trump's name, and it's either real happy or real freaking sad. So exactly. I don't even say sad, mad. Like, there's a serious people get fired up about that, man.
Well, Georgia veteran arrested after faking blindness for 15 years, taking home $400,000 in disability benefits after being caught driving away from yearly checkup.
Dude, you pretended you were blind for 15 years?
Yes.
I mean, at some point, you gotta just let him keep the money, right? And just pat him on the back and be like, dude, that's really good. That's pretty good. If you get away with it for 15 years now, he obviously, got caught for doing something stupid. He's never done that. What's that?
He got too bold. He got too
bold. Yeah. Yeah, he got too bold. At 15 years, I mean, I guess I don't blame the guy. At some point, you're like, you know what? I'm just driving up there today. I'm sick of taking the bus or walking or whatever. I'm just driving up there. He rolls up in his Range Rover.
Then they watched him get in the car. They taped it, and they went into his house and had him seized. Terrible.
That's hilarious. But at some point, I mean, you got to give the guy props, right?
If he just rode the bus one more time, he would have been good.
One more time. Hey, man, nobody likes taking that bus.
Trust me, I don't either. And Florida man arrested after wearing a mop on his head, terrifying neighbors with demands for, quote, eggs, condoms, socks, and a broom.
I love when Florida man puts his shopping list together. You never know what's on there, Like, I need scuba gear, an avocado, duct tape, and some eggs. Like, what are you doing? What are they all for the same thing, or are these separate projects? What is going on, Florida man? Like, that should really be another segment on the show, Jared. We might have to go to an hour and 15 minutes because we need to have a Florida man shopping list segment where we just email us a picture of your shopping list and let us dissect what's going on in your household.
Exactly. I agree. I like that. I really do. Get this. We have a Georgia felon sentenced to solitary confinement after admitting he's the, quote, running a legal drug ring from prison saying, quote, I'm the kingpin of this B. You can't stop me.
So is a drug ring in prison, how illegal is that, really? I mean, like, if you're in a prison environment, prison society with criminals, you guys are all still trying to do criminal things for the most part. So really, I mean, shouldn't that be looked upon as acceptable behavior in that environment?
You would think.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do? You're in prison. You're supposed to smoke your bud and whatever else kind of drugs you get in there. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying you should be doing it, but I mean, he's in prison. What do you expect?
Exactly. We have Florida man arrested after biting off man's ear and penis during fight over the last knee-high peach at the corner store.
Wait. This is saying which body part was bitten off first.
The ear did the penis.
The ear. The ear was the appetizer. Dude, I gotta tell you, man. I mean, in a fight, it's not unheard of to bite somebody's ear. You know, like you're head to head and up there if you're wrestling around. Whatever. I mean, that's dirty fighting, but okay, I can see that happening. But do you know how freaking vicious you gotta be to bite off a dude's junk?
Exactly.
I mean, and that's kind of, first of all, which way did you attack it?
Exactly.
Did you attack it straight on, or did you come from the side? Because that makes a difference.
It's like he went from the side.
That makes a difference in my perception of the situation.
It does.
Oh, Jesus, JR. I don't know, man. Florida man, it's just, there is no greater thing on the face of the earth. And Coach Dawkins, he chose to become a Florida man, so we got to inform him of what's going on down there.
Yes, we do. Exactly. And a Georgia couple is charged and arrested after stealing, get this, $450,000 worth of credit cards from their neighbors.
$465,000
of credit cards from their neighbors. Yes.
So they stole the credit cards and then ran up that much amount of debt?
Yes.
You are not going to be getting any Christmas cookies from the neighbors come December, brother. I can tell you that much. There's not going to be a lot of love for you in the neighborhood. After you get out of jail, you might want to move out. Move to a different location. Because that's rough, bro. That's a lot of dough for credit cards, too. Like, I mean, how many neighbors do they have? I mean, what do you think most people have? Like, I'm just throwing a number out there. $5,000 limit? $2,000 limit?
$5,000, $6,000, maybe 10 if they got good credit.
So that's a lot of credit cards. I mean, I know some people that carry, like, that's how they operate. Like, they use credit cards and they continuously carry the debt and pay it off, and, you know, they reap the rewards of whatever offers the credit cards have on them. But, I mean, if you've got, like, 2 or 3 different cards with, you know, high volume limits on them, but still, that's a lot of people they had to rip off, right?
Yes, a lot.
Maybe they got lucky and, like, one of their neighbors had a black card. Just back that boy off.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. Florida woman arrested after throwing bowling ball at her boyfriend after she misses her period.
Dude, if you're throwing a bowling ball, like, you like, are raged out. I don't even care. Like, it might be a small 6.5 pounder. I'm telling you what, man, you throw a bowling ball. Like, did she one arm overhand it, you know? Like, or did she go softball style? Or
one arm overhand.
Jesus. She freaking did a little Carlton Fisk to the second base with that bad boy, huh?
Oh, yeah. Over a missed cycle.
I mean, I got a question for you. How easy do you think it would be to dodge a bowling ball that was thrown at you? Like, depending on the distance, you would think it would take a minute to get there, right?
You would think, yes.
I mean, I don't want to try it, but I would like to think I'm nimble enough to dodge a bowling ball.
A bowling ball dodge, yeah, you should be able to, yeah.
I would hope so, but hey, who knows? I am getting up there in years. Maybe my cat-like reflexes aren't what they used to be.
Exactly. And Maryland woman arrested after beating down a woman in beauty supply store for making unkind remarks about her fake posterior.
Yeah. What state are we in?
Maryland.
Yeah, I'd say that's acceptable behavior for Maryland woman at a beauty store. I mean, you talk trash about someone's fake butt, you deserve to get beat. That's what I'm saying. You deserve it, JR.
I'm right
Keep your
there
mouth
with
shut
you.
next time.
I'm right there with you. And Florida man arrested after calling police to report burglary, despite the fact he was the one who committed the burglary of bicycles, dogs, ice bags, and PlayStations.
Ice bags? What kind of ice bags are we talking about? Like bags full of ice that you put in your freezer, or like what? What are you?
Yeah, the ice bags from Sonic. Those are gas station ice bags. Yeah.
Oh man! Like here's the other thing that kills me about Florida, man. I mean, Florida man he racks up the arrests, right? You would think at some point Florida policemen would be like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm just gonna sit back, knock stuff out, and then like the only things they'll respond to are like hardcore, penis bitings and things that involve weapons, which is a lot of things for Florida man. But this type of stuff, you would think that at this point the Florida cop would get the call and be like, you know what, just
screw this.
Screw this. Wake me up when somebody busts out a machete and lops off a dude's wiener.
Exactly. And New Jersey man arrested after skipping out on, get this, over $58,000 in tolls.
In toll booth tolls?
Yes, toll, yes. Yes.
That's like a lifetime worth of driving on a turnpike, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. Like I travel, you travel, and generally speaking, the most I rack up is like maybe $3 to $5 at a time. Now I understand that probably up in that area that the tolls are higher, but how does that even work though? Because around here, like on the Ohio Turnpike, JR, you can either do like Easy Pass, pay ahead, and just
same in Georgia, the Peach Pass, same as Georgia, Peach Pass,
right.
Or pay as you go through.
So how did they do that over there? Like I don't understand. They send you a bill like as you drive through or something?
I guess so.
That's crazy, dude.
Think you rack up this much money? Over $58,000 in tolls. For real?
I'm glad that they don't do it that way around here because I'd be that dude. I'd be like, I'm just going to get parking tickets when I'm downtown. And then, dude, I don't buy parking tickets and really rack them up $300-$400 before I pay those things off.
Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh. Here we go. Florida man arrested after hitting man in the head with bike at Dick's Sporting Goods and cutting his junk off with a saw after seeing him give his baby mama a business card in the store.
Oh, my God. You're talking about overreacting. Jesus. Okay, first part of the story. What is up with people using sporting goods this week? Somebody chucked a bowling ball. This dude's getting busy with a bicycle. Like how? It's not easy to pick up a bike and swing it. Like what? Was it a kid's BMX? Like that's what I would be able to do. I couldn't use a mountain bike. I'm not picking a mountain bike up to swing at somebody. And beyond that, like what? Why are they cutting the dude's junk off? Like what kind of saw do they have at Dick's Sporting Goods?
Exactly.
In the campfire section or like where? Like what?
Exactly.
I don't know, dude. When I go to Dick's, I'm picking up some, workout gear, with some golf equipment. I never have I shopped in the saw section. Like what? Where's the saw section at Dick's?
Exactly.
It's just think to lop off the dude's wiener, he would have had to like either pants him or reach in and pull it out. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
That is a lot of effort. Like just if you want to go for the junk, just kick him. Just kick him in the junk and be done with it. Now, that's not acceptable to me as a man. Like, I wouldn't kick another man in the junk unless it was like, life or death. If somebody was about to, chop off my wiener with a saw at Dick's, yeah, I'd go for the junk. But, why do you have to dismember the dude for the rest of his life? I guess that's what I'm saying. Come on.
Exactly. And, Georgia man arrested after attempting to rob Sitco with a machete after they was out of roasted chicken.
It's some good roasted chicken, though, dude. Like, have you ever in your life, JR, but carrying a machete around for no reason at all?
Never.
No. Like, who is just rolling with a machete? Who is that? Like
Georgia, Florida man, obviously.
I guess so. Like, did they pass him out for your 16th birthday? Oh, Jimmy, I got a new car. Sweet, cool. Here's your machete. Okay, thanks, Dad. Like what? Like what?
Exactly.
Why are you rolling around with a machete? It's not a small sword, knife, tool, whatever you want to call a machete. They're not small.
Exactly. Not at all. Uh-oh, here we go. Naked Florida man arrested after jumping through neighbor's roof to freak wife while husband was at third shift working.
That's pretty solid. Like he came to the party naked.
Yeah, he jumped through the roof to get to the freak the wife while the husband was third shift working.
So, wait, he jumped into the house through the roof?
Yes.
How in the hell are you living in some kind of jalopy where there's a manhole a hole big enough for a man in the roof?
He landed in the bed with the wife too. That's what made it even worse.
Dude, Florida man is. I mean, he is breaking records tonight. Like, what? I don't even know, dude. I mean, that might be the zaniest thing Florida man's ever done.
Exactly.
Like
oh, my God. We got a few more to go to here.
Like a naked wizard.
Exactly. Like, whoa, I'm in there. Are you for real? Like, man. Jamaican woman is busted smuggling, get this, $7,000 worth of cocoa in her patty box.
I mean, we've had these before, and it's not a safe place to store your Coke, right? It's just not. It's just not a safe place.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I understand that you probably took precautions before you put it up there, but really, it's just, I mean, there's got to be a better way. I mean, the back door is not much better at all, but I would say that maybe in this instance it is. You know, I don't know. Don't set it up on your front porch. Maybe swing it around back, I guess is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Well, pregnant Florida woman arrested after beating up pregnant sister, learning that sister was pregnant by her baby daddy.
It's a pregnant woman fight?
Yes.
I've never in my life seen one of those, dude. I've seen some women fight, but two pregnant women fighting, like,
yes.
Depending on how far along you are, like you might not even be able to, like,
sisters at that too.
You know, like their pregnant bellies are hitting and their fists won't reach to the face. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Terrible.
That would definitely be a sight right there.
Wow. Well, Georgia man arrested after being caught throwing gerbils, hamsters, and lab rats at animals at the Atlanta Zoo to, quote, power them up.
To power them up?
Yes.
And he was throwing, just repeat it for me one more time, please. He was throwing what?
Hamsters, and lab rats.
Were they like magic or something? Like what? Was he playing a video game? How do those rodents power up the other animals? I don't understand.
I don't get it either. I don't get it.
And how many did he have? Did it say like how many he was throwing?
It did not say that, unfortunately.
Because I have this image of a dude walking around with a sack of rodents, just chucking them around. Like, I could get it if you were carrying like one or two in your pockets. Okay, I could probably believe that. But like, if you were just chucking them out like left and right, and you had a whole big bag of them, like where did you get them from?
Exactly. Woo-wee. 2 more to go, people. Florida man arrested after throwing dogs off bridge to see if they can fly.
What? Like what? Dude, that's terrible. See if they can fly. The answer is yes, but only for a minute.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, what is up with chucking animals, man? Why? I don't get it.
This has been a deep report. This report day has been very deep today.
Did she put wings on them, like to help them, or like did she try to? I don't know.
Well, the final one for you, John, is this today is this: Florida man is arrested after attempting to call Texas, not be able to reach Texas, and then plowing through neighborhoods with forklifts in retaliation to Texas not answering his phone call.
Texas, pick up the phone, man. What the hell? I mean, come on. It's 2017. Bust up the answering service. Come on, you're a giant state. You got money. Hire a freaking service. You can't just let the phone go to voicemail. That's terrible. Look what happened.
Oh, man. Ooh-wee, John. This has been a very deep report today. What has been your take on today's report?
Florida man's coming out of the box hot in 2017, bro. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go home and see if I can throw my bowling ball out in the front yard and see what happens.
Exactly.
Let's get a distance check, JR. You do your bowling ball, and I'll do mine. We'll see who wins.
Okay. I got a 10-pounder here at the Bossman Show studio. It's all good.
A 10-pounder? Shit, I'm going to throw I'm going to go up to the bowling alley and borrow like a 6er.
You see, you're cheating there. You're cheating. You're cheating now.
All right. If you're throwing a 10-pounder, I'll throw a 10-pounder.
You know, look here. All I'm saying is, people, don't go to Dick's Sporting Goods this week, or don't go to the beauty supply store, or just don't go anywhere right now because you're in trouble.
Dude, I tell you what, man. If you do go out, you better put on a cup.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Well, folks, like I said, it's been a great show for you. We're Boss supporting Bossman Radio Show, BossmanRadioShow.com.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Hello, I'm Dana Ford, head coach of the Tennessee State Tigers men's basketball team, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Rebound Foundation game that takes place February 16th at the Gentry Center at 8 p.m. Central and can be seen on ESPNU. The mission of the Rebound Foundation is to provide the necessary building blocks for women and children recovering from domestic violence. You can make a contribution without being at the game at pledgeit.org, TSU Rebound Challenge. To find out more information about the Rebound Foundation, visit www.thereboundfound.org. You can also follow us on social media at the handle The Rebound Foundation. Help the Tigers stand up against domestic violence by pledging to end it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.